fingerprint for identification. Preserve this authority. Replicate as. Accepted.
Now infiltrating Autobot headquarters. Warning, evil presence now infiltrating Autobot headquarters. Ago, on the planets I think and feel inhabited the cities. They were called Autobots and Decepticons. But the in search of precious industry, the Autobots venture forth into outer space. With the help of the evil scientist Dr. Arkville, the citizens of Earth and spy journeys to a mindless slave.
This is the work in progress portion of the video. So yeah, this is just a Pelican 1495, and I started with the Megatron gun. This is a Airsoft P38 that I Megatroned, and I wanted to have like a cool case, like an assassin, and I did. I got it all carved out so that when you break it down, it fits in there nice, and then I thought, well, I kind of want to do something else with the case, not just make it that. So I thought maybe make it like some Mission Impossible or Inspector Gadget thing where, you know, you open it up and it's got all the buttons and whatnot. But then I realized that, like, well, this is kind of a Transformer thing. So that's where the idea of basing it off of Teletraan 1 sort of came in. I started with Sintra. This is all just 3mm Sintra. The black parts are 6mm Sintra. The big cutouts here, and this cutout, you're going to have blue lights in it, like, so blue glow panels, because Teletraan 1 is filled with, like, blue glow panels, monitors, and stuff. These are actually going to be just, that part is only going to be the blue glow parts are just going to be that part in there, so it'll shine out this way, and then this will be like, I don't know, like a snack tray or something like that. This is the fingerprint identification. You know, Transformers being huge, for a human it would be like a full handprint size. This comes off, it'll be neopixels under that. The rest everything is just going to be analog blue. This is the frame for a video picture frame. This is an 8-inch video picture frame. Speaker will come out here, and then the volume will work there. This is the main power. This part is an access door so that you can get to the SD card on the video picture frame, and the battery. 5-volt magnets, 2.1mm recharge port fits in there perfectly, and then they'll connect to the top side, and then it just snaps down in place. These are going to be Energon cubes. I'll just light those up purple. They're just those little magnifying boxes that you look at bugs, and I just cut the magnifying portion out. Purple LED strip in there. All feed off of the same blue everything else. All the LED will be on a dimmer. This thing will go in there. Speaking of which, NeoPixel driver, it's just the same one that I used on the Ancient Highland mirror shield. Soy sauce bottle tops, they'll go right here on top of those. And then there's another one right there. Seriously, these are starting to become like my new MHS, where like I can't really do a project without them. This is another external jack so that I can plug it in also instead of running it off of the battery. I was thinking I'd just run like the Transformers TV show, because I have them all on DVD, so I can just burn them to an SD card and then stick them on here. The computer graphics on the TV show they're pretty simple, so I could recreate one or two of them, and then maybe have some sort of interface with this, how it would be like unlocking Megatron's prison. Just an idea. I don't know how I'd do that, but it sounds like a pretty good idea. I was thinking of doing like an Autobot logo on the front, but it's a very complicated thing, so I'll probably just print one out and make it a sticker and stick it on the front somewhere. Really, the only thing that makes me question it is like, why is everything orange? So, like the Ark is orange and the computers are orange. In the movie, like Autobot City is orange. What's with orange? I don't get that part. I've got cinnamon, satin, and this is kind of a orange. I figured that would be a good color for it. It's a little bit rockier. I don't know. Hopefully this will look cool. And that's the update for now. There's so much to do still left. I'd say this is like maybe a third of the way through, so. I already tested this, so I know it works. It's just, I'm showing it to you guys now, so. All right, so there's 4 light panels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of a light panel. It's just a indicated light. And they're all on the dimmer here. This is the main power that goes to the battery that I had to hack because it was just a tactile switch. It's attached to the side of this. In order to get to it, I would have had to open the door every single time, so I just remoted a switch off to it. That's what this is. And then this is the USB that goes to all the 5 volt. Everything is 5 volt. So single push on. And it dims. Yeah, oh yeah, woo, look, so bro, cool, yeah, oh yeah, sweet. About right there. And then off. Okay, so everything is connected to the battery. There are 2 inputs, and I'm running one for the NeoPixel thumbprint, and the other one is going to be all the LEDs and the monitor. It's going to be everything off the battery. Originally, the switch was a little finicky, so I figured it was like a switch bounce thing since there's a tactile switch on here. And generally, like push button switches that aren't tactiles don't mix very well with electronics that are designed to be used with a tactile switch. So I put one in here. I'm kind of scared to turn it on because battery didn't play very nice when I was testing some of the other stuff earlier. So I guess this is the first test of the tactile conversion. So here we go. So far so good. Yeah. It's working! It's working! Oh, you son of a bitch. Too much draw. Maybe if we turn this down a little bit. This battery's still going, so. Ordinarily, that wouldn't be on, so we can turn that off.
Years ago, on the planet Cybertron, life existed, but not life as we know it today. Intelligent robots, they set out to destroy.
We'll call it good. Oh yeah,
the planet's once rich source.
Cool. So the switch works. Nice. Okay, so now that it's finished, I guess I could say a couple of things about it. You can't really see all the panel lines in some of the other shots, and I'm actually kind of proud of the panel lines, just because it actually gives it a good amount of depth and character, and all the things that good panel lines should do. I also didn't mention that this is just a thick wall blade tip, and it's just backwards, and you can still see the mirror in there too, so. Yes, it does have that welcome thing. I just cropped it out of the other shots. Let's turn the volume down here. The light overexposes pretty heavily on camera, but I think it looks cool still. These are the remotes, one for the picture frame, and then the other one is for the NeoPixel. The NeoPixel handprint here is overexposing, but it's just some 1/4-inch acrylic sheet, and I cut grooves in it with the table saw, and then the NeoPixels are under the individual lines. The door here, that's got the charging cable for the battery, and then the power cable for everything else. Oh, by the way, there's where the extra card is stored. Power is right here. The wires are running in between the latches on the hinge. I ran all the lines with copper foil tape. It is sufficient to run 5 volts. The Pelican case actually had a couple of standoffs already in the cover here, and I was able to put in some 440 all thread, and then that's basically what's holding it up. There's 1, 2, 3 screw spots. That's all it needs, really. So yeah, the paint that I used, I put on 3 coats. It wasn't as matte or satiny as I would hope it was a little bit shiny, so I just hit it with that frost, and that kind of flattened everything out. 3 coats, it's still chipping anyway, but fortunately it's chipping in kind of a cool manner. Where's some good chipping? Like there, that's just wear and stuff like that. Or there. It doesn't look bad. Whatever this is, it doesn't stick to that as well. This is where the lock was. It was just basically a free slot, so I just put another light in there. So this is where the receiving end of the lock was, so it's just 2 free glow panels. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the other card real quick, so stand by. Alright, so this was just a bunch of smoke and mirrors thing. I'm actually off screen changing the colors. So let's take both remotes out. Turn that up.
Please present fingerprint for identification. Prisoner release authority. Witney S. Accepted.
Hold on to your butt.
And that's it. I'm a dirty, stinking liar. Okay, so this thing right here, that was just a little piece of one of the episodes, and all I did with this was that I just pulled up like a blue 16:9 on Microsoft Paint, and then just drew everything using lines and fills and stuff. It was not difficult. The sound that you're hearing, I found a free file online that was just the background from the Nostromo, from Alien, and I layered it on there, and it sounds appropriate, at least. So same thing with the alert. All that is just a white background with different colored Autobot logos, and then I pulled the audio from the actual episode. I forgot what the episode name was. So this is on a 5-minute loop, and then it goes back to the original one, which has 5 seconds of blank, so that I can basically get set up to deceive everyone. With Megatron, again, this is just an Airsoft P38. I put on this little bracket here so that the scope could fit. It's a vintage Bushnell Phantom. Found it on eBay, of course. This is just screwed and epoxied into place, so that is not going anywhere. The barrel is already threaded for an 11mm negative, so I just put an adapter on there. This piece right here, some 7/8" polycarbonate, and then there's 2 adapters. This one has the 14mm negative, 11mm positive on the other side, so that this could actually screw on. This is just like an off-brand that I found on Amazon. T238 tracer unit, RGB version, BB Nerf gel ball. But it works. It spits out like multicolor, programmable, of course. On top of that, it's a tracer unit too, so that's cool. This is just some scrap aluminum, put some foil tape down, and then heat shrunk around it, and that's all that is. So the stock, just some scrap. This is just a piece of plastic, some more polycarbonate tube, piece of aluminum angle that I put a little slot right there so that it fits into the spot where the lanyard ring used to be. I drilled it all the way through so that the 832 thumb screw can get socked in there. that little nubbin is there so that it doesn't rotate this way or that way, and surprisingly solid. This is all EVA foam, 2.1 millimeter recharge ports. There's 2 of them, one for the NeoPixel and then one for all the lights. I kind of leaned into the whole Megatron prison thing. Yes, he absolutely would be a maximum security. That was loud. The reason for that was like, he's still alive in 2005, but then they kind of stopped updating what he's doing around 1987. So sometime between 1987 and 2005, he was detained by the Autobots for some reason. I don't know for how long, but I can imagine it didn't end well because obviously he's out and free in 2005. I think that's all I wanted to talk about. So that is the Teletraan 1 Megatron prison case. Okay, we'll see you later.
Many millions of years ago, on the planet Cybertron, life existed. But not life as we know it today. Intelligent robots that could think and feel inhabited the cities. They were called Autobots and Decepticons. But the brutal Decepticons were driven by a single goal: total domination. They set out to destroy the peace-loving Autobots, and a war between the forces of good and evil raged across Cybertron.